The turnover for Utah. Edwards gets it back and threw it down and one.
Watching Anthony Edwards hone his skills is both incredibly fun and a tough journey. As the standout star and leader of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Edwards is smoothing out his game, becoming an essential part of the team's progress. Once a franchise far from the spotlight, his role is now central. In his rookie year, Edwards was known for his explosive dunks that left fans buzzing. 2 years on, he's shifted the focus to winning games rather than just putting on a show. Selected as the top pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, Edwards quickly became a media favorite. His shy smile and down-to-earth manner, combined with his undeniable basketball talent, made him a must-watch player. You'd attend games just for the chance to see something memorable. On New Year's Eve, the Wolves hit a low point with their 6th consecutive loss, falling to the Detroit Pistons and dropping to 5 games below 500 at 16-21. It wasn't their last struggle. More losses followed. However, January marked a turnaround. The Wolves started winning, mainly due to Edwards' leadership. One key change was their performance in the third quarter. According to NBA.com, the team ranked 28th in net ratings at the start of the season. But in January, they flipped the script, ranking 6th and outscoring opponents in 10 of their last 11 games, finishing the month with an 11-5 record. Edwards led the charge, playing the most minutes and dominating the offense. He scored 144 points in third quarters alone, with remarkable efficiency from the field, beyond the arc, and from the free throw line. He also led the team in rebounds, assists, and steals, showing his all-around impact. And can be a dominant defensive player too. He's kind of like Kobe in that aspect. He chases down layups when he's got the right mentality and he locks down opponents. However, his defensive skills often go unnoticed because of his electrifying performance on offense. In his first 3 seasons, he's averaged 22 points per game, showcasing his ability to score in every way imaginable. With a decent long-range shot, hitting three-pointers at a 35% rate, and a killer jumper off the dribble, he's a scoring threat NBA teams must prepare for. Being able to score unassisted is a critical skill in the league, and Edwards has it down, averaging about 4 assists per game and showing flashes of brilliance as a game manager. But to reach the next level, Edwards needs to enhance his playmaking vision and efficiency, which is something that typically develops with time. After his experience with FIBA, it wouldn't be surprising to see improvements in his assists and overall playmaking this year. What truly sets Edwards apart is his athleticism. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 225 pounds, he's formidable when attacking the basket. Blessed with a quick first step and impressive vertical leap, his dunks can silence the target center, earning him the reputation as the next human highlight film for the current generation. Edwards' confidence and ambition shine brightly in the basketball world, especially after his recent sit-down with ESPN's Malika Andrews during this year's All-Star Weekend. When asked who he believes is the best player in the NBA, Edwards didn't hesitate to name himself, citing his ability to play effectively on both ends of the court as the basis for his claim. At just 21 years old, his assertion that his potential is unmatched only adds to the intrigue surrounding his career trajectory. Comparing Edwards to contemporaries like Ja Morant and Luka Doncic highlights his promising path. In their third years, both Morant and Doncic made significant leaps, setting high benchmarks for success. Edwards' stats in his third year, 24.9 points per game, 5.9 rebounds, 4.5 assists, with a 53.2% effective field goal percentage and a player efficiency rating of 17.8, position him well within the conversation of top young talents. Though slightly trailing behind Doncic and Morant's third-year outputs, Edwards' numbers are impressive, underscoring his impact on the court. The conversation around Edwards often draws comparisons to Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. While flattered by the comparisons, Edwards is mindful of the weight such a comparison carries, preferring not to equate his achievements with those of Jordan's, at least not yet. His respectful acknowledgement of Jordan's legacy, coupled with a hint of acceptance that the comparisons may hold some truth, reflects Edwards' confidence in his abilities and his awareness of the potential he has to leave a lasting mark on the game. Stephen A. Smith has drawn comparisons between Edwards and some of the most iconic players in basketball history, including Vince Carter, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan.
fact, this brother is something special. Right now, when I see Anthony Edwards, I see in the making Vince Carter, Kobe Bryant, MJ.
While acknowledging that Edwards has not yet reached the level of these legends, Smith emphasizes Edwards' special blend of raw athleticism and a competitive mentality that could pave his way to greatness. Kevin Durant, who is considered one of the greatest players of his generation and someone Edwards looks up to as the GOAT, has also weighed in on Edwards' potential. At 35, Durant is aware of the need for the league to welcome its next generation of stars. In a conversation with Rich Kleiman for the Boardroom cover story, Durant highlighted both Victor Wembanyama and Anthony Edwards as the players he sees dominating the league in the next decade. Durant's endorsement of Edwards, not only as a phenomenal player, but also as a team builder, speaks volumes about Edwards' potential to be at the core of the Timberwolves' future, like how the team once built around Kevin Garnett. MJ himself has advised Edwards to leverage his size and athleticism by using his body more effectively to create space, making him virtually unstoppable. This guidance is particularly noteworthy given that Jordan, with his unparalleled basketball IQ and experience, saw in Edwards a more athletic and bigger version of himself, which is a significant endorsement. MJ's belief in Edwards' capabilities was evident when his team, the Charlotte Hornets, had the third pick in the 2020 draft. Despite not securing Edwards for his own team, Jordan acknowledged Edwards' potential to be the best player in his class. This belief has been validated over time as Edwards has grown into a dominant two-way player, fulfilling the comparisons to Jordan, especially in terms of impact on both ends of the court. Edwards' performance in the new season, particularly in the first 6 games where the Timberwolves beat strong teams like the Nuggets and Celtics, showcases his evolution as a player. His fearless defense against Jason Tatum, one of the NBA's premier talents, underscores his competitive spirit and defensive prowess. Edwards' willingness to engage in the physical aspects of the game, coupled with his clutch play in overtime, highlights his growth and versatility as a player. With Edwards leading the way, the Timberwolves have seen a shift in dynamics, allowing Karl Anthony Towns to excel in his role as a secondary scorer and defensive presence. Edwards' impressive stat line of averaging 26 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists while being a top defensive wing player among MVP candidates is a clear indication of his influence on the court. The Rudy Gobert trade, which was initially criticized, is now being viewed in a more favorable light, largely due to Edwards' influence on both ends of the court. Edwards' ability to lead the offense and hold his own defensively has been a key factor in changing perceptions about the trade's impact on the Timberwolves. Comparing Edwards to Jordan is ambitious, highlighting the need for championship success to truly warrant such a comparison. While Edwards has yet to lead his team deep into the playoffs, evaluating his trajectory in context reveals promising signs. In his rookie year, missing the playoffs was not unexpected, considering his age and the Timberwolves' overall situation. However, by his second season, Edwards played a pivotal role in propelling the team into the postseason, a significant achievement for a franchise that has struggled to find consistency. Comparing his early career to Jordan's, it's essential to note the differences in the league structure and playoff qualification criteria. Jordan's Bulls made the playoffs in his first 3 seasons, but the league's format at the time allowed a larger proportion of teams to qualify. This context matters when considering Edwards' progress and the expectations placed upon him. Edwards is now in a similar stage in his career where Jordan began to make significant strides, including winning his first playoff series in his 4th season. If Edwards can emulate this type of leadership and success by driving the Timberwolves deeper into the playoffs, the comparisons to Jordan will gain more credibility. The trajectory Edwards is on suggests a player capable of making substantial contributions and possibly altering the course of the franchise. Off the court, Edwards' journey has been marked by a maturity and growth that reflect his understanding of the legacy he wishes to build. Aware of the comparisons to Jordan, he approaches this with humility, recognizing the magnitude of such a comparison while also embracing the faith people have in his potential. His capacity to balance this humility with an unwavering belief in his ability is what sets him apart. In Edwards, the Timberwolves have not just a talented player, but a leader capable of carrying the franchise to new heights. His story so far is a testament to the transformative power of hard work, resilience, and an undying competitive spirit. As he continues to evolve, both as a player and a person, the basketball world watches with bated breath, eager to see how high Ant can climb. Anthony Edwards stands on the brink of a transformative era for both himself and the Minnesota Timberwolves. As he continues to refine his game and grow into his role as the team's cornerstone, the future looks exceedingly bright. Edwards has already shown that he can shoulder the responsibility of leading a franchise, evidenced by his standout performances and significant improvement in each season since being drafted. The future holds limitless potential for Edwards, driven by a combination of his raw athleticism, burgeoning skill set, and an intangible competitive spirit that recalls the legends of the game. As he matures, his understanding of the game deepens, enabling him to exploit defenses with even greater efficiency and elevate his defensive play to elite status. The NBA has seen many young talents rise, but Edwards' trajectory suggests a unique blend of physical gifts and mental fortitude, positioning him as a potential future MVP and a perennial All-Star.